All right, back with more right here on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Bob Pompeani, Andrew Fillipponi. And Pony, we have some tweets.
Okay.
And we'll get to these, beginning with Will Knight. He says, what are your thoughts that the entire 1974 Steelers draft class is now in the Hall of Fame? It's not the entire, Will, but you will never see 5 from a rookie class. And Donnie Shaw was not drafted, but he was part of that rookie class. So 5 guys. I think the next closest class is 2.
Yeah.
You'll never see 5.
Well, and everybody says Bill Nunn, and he absolutely, I think, deserves some kind of recognition. And how about Art Rooney Jr. as well, who had a big say in that draft. Yeah, I mean, it is across sports probably the best draft of all time. Not just NFL draft, but just any team draft.
Interesting, we talked to Art Rooney about a lot of other stuff, like, for example, playing overseas. That could be a possibility last year. You might recall they were linked to a game in Mexico City. Didn't happen. You're going to hear from him at 11 o'clock on that topic. Also, we talked about Hard Knocks, and I think he's come to grips with the fact that it's probably going to end up that way, although they do have some control over some of the content. However, it is rather intrusive. What do you think is going to happen with that?
I think it's going to turn into basically the Zach Banner and Juju Smith-Schuster show. That's what it's going to be.
Who else would you target if you were the NFL Films and HBO crew?
Oh, I'd be all over Ben. I mean, I'd be like a fly on you-know-what. I'd be all over Ben. I mean, it's going to be the Steelers' biggest story going into 2020, and my guess is Ben is probably not going to want to be around.
You know, a guy I would put a mic on is Vince Williams. I think he's really interesting. Vince, yes. Nick in Canonsburg, thank you for joining us tonight on the Sports Call. Go right ahead.
All right, thanks, guys. Calling in, I love the show, everything about you guys.
Thanks.
Pony, enjoyed our time back at PNC Park last year watching a show together. Wanted to point out or ask a question. What do you feel, or how do you feel about these guys getting introduced to the Hall of Fame? Centennial, we can talk about that at a different time. How do you feel about that live on air? That should be an intimate, special moment, right? What are your thoughts on that? Also, I get the 74 class, great 5 guys. Do you prefer those 5 guys, or do you prefer the 5 Guys burger?
Well, first of all, I like 5 Guys burgers. I'll tell you that. Shakes, really like the shakes. Anyway, with regard to, what was the first part of his question now? He threw me off with the 5 guys.
He wanted to get your opinion on if he thought the Cowher thing should have been reserved for a private moment and not a made-for-TV moment.
I thought this is what it's become. 2020 is about moments, TV. Build the brand, do it any way you can. Create excitement, create tweets.
I waited for David Baker to walk in on somebody in the bathroom and tell him.
Well, if that person's in that room and he knocks on the door, you know, you got to talk to him, right?
You might burst through the door.
David Baker's an interesting man. Have you ever met him?
Yes. I think he swallowed my hand up.
No,
I mean, it was just.
But he's a really, really smart guy, and he loves what he does. He is the president of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I think they do.
If there's a zombie apocalypse, I'm finding him.
Yeah.
I can tell you that much.
He has a great wardrobe, too. Red one day, all blue the next. And that's going to do it for us. Ken Rice and Susan Coburn are getting ready to bring you all the latest news and information you need to know coming up on KDKA at 11 o'clock. For Andrew Fillipponi, I'm Bob Pompeani. We'll see you next week, Pony.
You bet, Bob. Thank you.
All right, that's going to do it. Thanks for joining us back here tomorrow at 10:35. Good night.